Hello and welcome to this lesson, and before we start here I want to say that you're amazing, and I know that programming is tough, but you're awesome for continuing with this course, and I thank you so much for being here. And now we are going to talk about loops. So a loop basically is a way that it's a smart operation allowing you to loop through something. For example, if you want to print the numbers from 1 to 10 on the console, you can do it, of course, by writing console write line 1 and console write line 2, console write line 3, 4, 5, and we can do it like that, line by line. If you're wondering how I'm doing this copy and paste without marking the line, if you're here on this line and you press Ctrl and D, you're making a copy of that line on the next line. That's how I'm doing it. So I wanted to show you that we can print the numbers from 1 to 10 like that, of course, on the console, but you must be asking yourself, there should be a better way, right? A smarter way to print these numbers. This is not really a smart way. If you want to print the numbers from 1 to 1000, does that mean you're going to write this 1000 times? No, of course not. Now I'm going to show you how you can do this with a for loop. We are going to write, the syntax is the following. So for parentheses, we're going to create a variable here, int I is equal to 1, I is less or equal to 10, I plus plus. Now I'm going to explain what I just did. This actually in here we want to say console write line I. Now what I just did is I have created a for loop, and I have said that I want the loop to start from 1 to finish until it reaches 10, so less or equal to 10, and I want to print the variable I, which I have said here that is equal to 1. So this loop is going to come the first time here, it's gonna print I, which is 1. After that it's going to increment 1. This is what this part here is doing. So first you're initializing the number here. This is the start point of the loop. This is the end point of the loop. So it starts from 1. It's going to end in 10. And this is the increment operator. So basically we don't want this I to stay the same every time when the loop is working. So we want the first time to be 1, after that it's going to increment, the second time it's going to be 2, it's going to increment, it's going to become 3, it's going to increment, and until it reaches 10, and then after that it's going to stop. Now let me show you. If you run this, and it's printing the numbers from 1 to 10. Basically what it's doing is coming here, it's checking how much is I, it's 1, it's printing I, and it's incrementing with 1. I plus plus, it's incrementing with 1. It's basically the same like saying here I plus equal to 1. It's the same thing. It's going to increment I with 1. So it's going to, as I was saying, it's the first time it's going to be 1, it's going to increment. After that it's going to become 2, it's going to print, it's going to increment, it's going to become 3, it's going to print, increment until it reaches 10. So if we want to print from 1 to 100, you can see it's printing from 1 to 100. But now the numbers on 101, and really common way of using loops in programming is starting from 0, because in programming you always start from 0. You will see this later on in the lessons for arrays. If you're using array or a list where you need to get some value by index, you always start from 0. This I basically means index. So the index here is 0 and it will end on 100. It starts from 0 until 100. Okay. This is how you use for loops, and inside of the body of the loop right here, inside of these two parentheses, you can make conditional statements. You can use if else. You can make some more logic into the for loop. You can basically play with it, and that's how you create a simple for loop.